Happy Chinese New Year! 新年快乐! Wishing you all happiness, prosperity, and of course, lots of good food and drinks to celebrate this beautiful occasion. So, what exactly is Chinese New Year? Contrary to popular belief, it's not just about red envelopes, firecrackers, and dragon dances. The true essence of Chinese New Year is deeply rooted in agriculture and astronomy. China has been an agricultural civilization for thousands of years, and our ancestors developed a calendar based on the sun, moon, and stars to determine the best times for farming. This led to the creation of Chinese lunisolar calendar, which includes the 24 solar terms, a sophisticated system that guides planting, harvesting, and seasonal transitions. Every year, Chinese New Year marks the arrival of spring, symbolizing new beginnings and the renewal of life. It's festival dedicated by the wisdom of nature, not just tradition. And the significance of this festival is also profound that in 2024, Chinese New Year was officially recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, a well-deserved acknowledgement of its historical and cultural importance. But we are celebrate culture, we should also be mindful of cultural appropriation. This happens when a culture's unique traditions, products, or knowledge are borrowed, or let's be honest, sometimes even being stolen without proper respect or recognition. Unfortunately, we've seen this happen even with Chinese New Year itself. Some countries that historically adopted Chinese festival through cultural exchange with China have attempted to rebrand it as Lunar New Year, erasing its Chinese origin, while this nation also celebrate the holiday in their own ways. The festival itself, along with its tradition and calendar system, originated in China. The term Lunar New Year is misleading because it's not all lunar-based festivals are the same, and not all countries using the lunar calendar celebrate the same way. To put it simply, Chinese New Year is not just any lunar festival, it is the Chinese festival that influenced others. Now, let's talk about another cultural treasure that deserves more recognition. In this spirit, I have to mention Genever, a drink that, much like Chinese baijiu, is both national and traditional. A spirit deeply rooted in its homeland, the Netherlands, yet little known outside its place of origin. Both Genever and baijiu are historical spirits that reflect the identity of their cultures, yet without active promotion, they remain underappreciated globally. Genever, a Dutch creation, is original juniper-based spirit. The Dutch were making it long before the British ever got involved. But over time, the British adopted the recipe, tweaked it slightly, and rebranded as gin. Fast forward today, and guess what? The English gin is world famous, while many people don't even know Genever exists. And here's the part that makes me a little bit disappointed. Instead of proudly promoting their own tradition, some Dutch distillers have chosen to label their Genever as Dutch gin, just to ride on the popularity of gin. But logically speaking, there is no gin. There's only English Genever, because all gin traces its roots back to Genever in the Netherlands. So, what can we learn from this? Cultural heritage is valuable, but only if we take the time to protect and promote it. Whether it's Chinese New Year, Dutch Genever, or Chinese baijiu, history deserves to be told the right way. So, as you celebrate the Chinese New Year, enjoying the festivity, savors of the flavors, and maybe even raise a glass of something authentic, whether it's Baijiu, Genever, or whatever represents true heritage. Just make sure it's the real thing. Happy New Year! 新年快乐! See you next time.